Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another video. Today I will be doing a green inspired makeup look. My sister Alyssa has volunteered to be my model today, and I will also be doing a quick tutorial of this curly hairstyle at the end of the video. First I start off with prepping her face with Tomorrow's Leaf La Creme de Terre. This product is amazing as a primer. It hydrates the skin and it just smooths everything out and gives a blurring effect. Now I'm taking the Huda Beauty foundation and I am just applying this with a flat kabuki brush all over the face. To build up the coverage in some areas, I did go in with a second coat just to really build up that coverage and give her more of a flawless look. Then I took my ColourPop No Filter Concealer and apply this underneath the eye and onto the lids. I use this as the primer. This just helps to cancel out any coloring from her natural skin tone, and it's not going to blend with the green tones. We're going to get a really pure white base. Now I'm just patting that out with a sponge. The sponge is damp, so I initially just use a brush to apply the color and then pat it out to give a flawless look and build it up. Now I'm taking my Coty Airspun powder and I'm just applying this using the back of the flat edge of the sponge and just packing that on that concealer to make sure that nothing creases up. I'm also going to set the lids as well. I also carve out here the highlight area right under the contour space, just to give a really clean edge. I also put this around her mouth to ensure that there's no creasing in the foundation. Using the James Charles palette, I'm going to start off using the color Punch Me. This is a great transition shade and it's going to be a great base to build my green shades into. Now I'm taking the color Social Blade and applying that into the transition shade that I just put down. This is just going to warm the shade a bit so that way it creates more depth. I'm just using the same brush for these colors. I don't mind that they mix. I actually would like them to. And I'm just building up that Social Blade color. Now I'm going to take the shade Daddy and I'm going to lightly start to incorporate this into the outer corner and pulling it into the crease. Obviously this is a dark shade, so I want to go in with a light hand and slowly start to build up that color. With the darker colors in this particular palette, it's actually good to start to pack the color on first, pressing it lightly onto the lid and then slowly starting to make a windshield wiper motion in blending it out. The light hand, I'm taking the shade B and just applying this up into the transition shade just to give a little bit more warmth to the color and fade it out to a light yellow. Now I'm dipping back in the shade Daddy and going in with a smaller detail brush and really packing that color to create some smoky depth. Now I'm taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer and a flat concealer brush and I am carving out the inner corners. You want to blend out the edges whenever you are doing a cut crease. This is a half cut crease, so I don't know if you noticed, but I do take my finger and just pat out, as you can see here. the edges to just kind of give a faded blur into that green shade. Now I'm just taking that fluffy crease brush and I'm using a little bit of Social Blade to set the concealer down. I'm doing this because I want to blend in this iridescent shade, which is the shade So Good. This will give the goldish glittery tone a nice green hue to blend in with the look and look more monochromatic. I love this shade So Good. I think it is so good. It is actually really, really pretty on the skin for all different skin tones. I also mixed in a little bit of ring light to the edges of the cut crease to just give it a little more pop. Now I'm taking the shade So Good again and using my finger to apply this to the centers of the lid. I just took the shade Guac and I am applying this to the outer corner to blend into the shade Daddy. So I wanted to have a gradual fade with the shimmery shades as well. So you can see I'm using my finger to pat that on, and now I am just blending that out along the edges with a crease brush. Now I am dipping into the Jaclyn Hill palette and I grabbed the shade Pool Party, and I'm applying this on the inner corner as well as running it along the inner corner on the lower lash line. Now I am taking the Stila Gold Goddess Glitter liner and I am just using this to carve out the detail of the cut crease. This is just going to add a nice interesting shine to the look and really accentuate that cut crease. Now I am taking the shade Spooky with a detail brush and I'm just going to follow along her lash line to smudge up the lashes before I put her falsies on. This is going to ensure that you don't see a line of demarcation between her natural lash and where the falsies begin. Now I'm just using a waxing stick to be my guideline and make a crisp edge. I am taking the shade Daddy and Spooky and blending the two together and just going along the edges to create a wing with the eyeshadow. And I'm always starting off right at the lash line on the outer corner and blending up from there. Using the popsicle stick as my guide, it just creates a nice harsh line. Now I'm applying the Kiss lashes in the style 11. These are definitely my favorite lashes. I feel like they look somewhat natural but still give you a really bold, glamorous look. Now I'm just brushing away the excess powder and any fallout from the eyeshadow. Now I'm using a clean spoolie to just push her natural lashes into the falsies and make sure that they aren't sticking anywhere. Now I'm taking the Colossal Big Shot by Maybelline mascara and applying this on her natural lashes, pushing them upward into the falsies to blend the two together. Now I'm going to take a fine detail brush and I'm going to take the shade Spooky and apply this on the inner corner to blend into the lashes. Now I'm taking the shade Daddy and applying this under the lower lash line. I'm going to blend that out and apply a little Social Blade to blend out the edge. Now I am taking my BH Cosmetics contour palette and using this to contour her face and carve out her cheeks. Now I'm taking a small shadow brush and using this to carve out the details of her nose. By darkening both sides of the nose, it gives the nose more of a slender appearance. Now I'm taking a fluffy brush and just blending out the edges and any harsh lines. Now I'm going to contour the lips by adding just along the lip line and a little bit outside of the lip line with a darker shade, also carving out that Cupid's bow. Now I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics Nude Blush Palette. This is definitely one of my favorite blush palettes that I've ever owned. I love to bounce around all the different neutral shades, and the bronzy shade in here is really, really beautiful on multiple skin tones. I'm now taking some Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, spraying the face, and then taking a clean, damp sponge and just packing that setting spray into the powder. This is going to give more of a natural finish and take away that powdery look. Then I'm just touching up on some of the high points with a little bit more of that bronzing shade from the blush palette. Now I am taking the Physicians Formula Brow Last Brow Gel in the shade Brown, and I am using this to lightly carve out her brows. I find that by using a separate brush, you're able to control how much product you put on rather than using the brush that comes in the tube. I find if you use that brush that comes in the tube, it will tend to apply a little bit more product than you were anticipating. So I usually just put a little bit on the back of my hand and then dip into it with a clean brush. That way I have more control over how much product I'm putting on. Now I am taking a little bit of the color Ring Light and just highlighting underneath the brows. Now I'm taking the shade Bumble in ColourPop Liquid Lipstick, and I am applying this all over the lips and then taking a glitzy gloss. I don't know the name of it offhand and I don't have it with me. It is a shimmery coral gloss from ColourPop, and I'm just using that to top off the look. You can use any glitzy golden shimmery gloss to do this. Now I'm just taking a little bit more blush to just give her a little bit more warmth and pink tone and really applying that towards the apple. Now I'm just going to top off the cheeks with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter, and this is Blossom Glow. And this is the completed makeup look for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I really loved creating it. And now I'm going to do a quick and easy hair tutorial on how I styled her hair. I'm going to take her hair in about 2 to 3 inch section pieces, and I'm going to curl away from the face using my Remington curling wand. This is my favorite hot tool that I own. It is the best. It just provides the most beautiful ringlets and it really holds throughout the day. So I'm just going to curl her entire hair, and then I'm going to do a little bump and a half up, half down quick style. As we wrap up this look, I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't had a chance yet, please click subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you're notified of all future videos. I really appreciate you for your support and love, and if you have any video requests, please don't hesitate to leave them in the description box below. This is the completed glamorous makeover. I really do love the green tones with that little pop of glitter and the neutral lip. I think it came together really nicely. Let me know what you guys think. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. At the end of this video, you will see all of my social media handles and you can connect with me on all platforms. Thank you again so much, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.